Hi everyone, Andy here, 54 and wanting more. And this episode, which is episode 21, is going to be all about, are you investing? Investing in what, you may ask? Not in stocks and shares. Are you investing in yourself? I cannot believe that we're in October. I mean, how quick has this year flown by? It's just absolutely flown by. And we've all been busy doing so many things, planning so many things. And it's just, it goes like that, doesn't it? So are you investing in yourself? Have you ever asked yourself the question? If you haven't, I'm going to give you a few reasons why I think you should. If I asked you the question, who is the most important person to you? I guess the very first thing that came into your head was going to be your kids, or your husband, or your partner, maybe even the cat or the dog. How many of you said, me? I am the most important person in my life. I don't think enough people ask that question and give the right answer. It took me a long while, a very long while, to find out that actually I am the most important person, and the person that has to come first in your life, the most important person to come first, is yourself. Because if you're not functioning correctly, if you're not productive, if you're not, I don't like to use the word happy, but content with your lot, happy with the direction that you're going. If you're not in the right place, then everything around you is also going to be unsettled. And I remember the very first time that I got enlightened with that question. My ex-mother-in-law, I sat down with her one day and was basically having a chat with her and telling her that my marriage was not going to be going very well. It wasn't going very well, and it was going to come to an end, and I was going to get divorced. She is a divorced lady also. And bearing in mind that this is her son, do you know what the first thing that she said to me was? She said, "You are number one." I did not expect that at all whatsoever. And she said, "You make sure that you look after yourself first. You are number one." And I've appreciated that. Getting emotional just thinking about it. I've appreciated that conversation for many, many, many years. Many, many years. And I've looked back on that several times. And I've repeated it to other friends as well, because I so admire what she said to me, because she had a similar experience. And I really appreciated it. Thank you, ex-mother-in-law. Okay, so we don't all have to reinvent ourselves like Madonna, who I also admire so much. But how much do you invest in yourself? For example, education, learning new skills. I took that on board a few years ago, and to learn a new skill takes a lot of commitment and a degree of passion. But you can move direction. It is possible to do, but you have to have the inclination to want to do it. You have to put yourself first. And with regards to education, it's not just about learning another language or learning another, getting a qualification. It's about educating yourself about you personally. And I know mindset is like the big, fancy, trendy word at the moment. And to be honest, I didn't get into this mindset thing till way years later after been going around. I was at sea, I didn't know what was going on. And but it is very key. Your mindset is very key. And then how do you even go about changing your mindset or doing anything about it? So I started not purposely getting into mindset, but I started doing yoga, for example. And I'd been a fitness instructor since 2002. And I taught yoga. But you know what? I didn't really grasp the spiritual side of it. I just liked, getting into all the poses and doing all the stretching and the mobility and all that sort of stuff, which is so key and it is so important to us. Well, I focused on that, but it all blends together. Yoga is like, when you get it, you get it. But I'm telling you now, it's taken me 15 years, 20 years until I got it. I really get what yoga is. It is not about being able to do a fancy pose. It isn't. It's all about being able to go into a posture as best as you physically can. Everybody's different. It doesn't matter if you can't balance on one foot or that you can't do a handstand or a headstand. It really doesn't matter. That's not what it's all about. It's the process and the journey and the activity leading up to the posture, the transition. So for any people that are skeptical about yoga, and I'm telling you now, if you've never tried it, it's harder than you think. If you've never tried it, give it a go. And I'll let you know in my show notes the online teachers that I use with Inner Dimension TV. They're just fabulous. So yeah, I learned a lot from yoga about mobility, flexibility, and mindset.
Hands onto the ground to your right, fingertips face to the right. And then as you're ready, just climb those knees right onto that outer left tricep. Lift those feet up. And maybe you take flight for half a second. That would be totally fine. Just half a second. Little things matter when they stack up over time. Now back to chair pose. Inhale, lift it up. And then forward fold, let it all go. Flat back, inhale. We got a sweet little flow now. Step back to plank. Pause there. As we now set up for 5 yogi style push-ups. If you want, you could drop your knees down. Good. Now lower down. Inhale, chaturanga. Just draw that prana in. Feel that energy pulsating through the body. And then let's flip those palms back up to the sky. Soften the shoulders back and down. Feel that long, liberated, tension-free neck. So it's not necessarily that even the pose that you love are necessarily the poses that you need. Very often the poses that you find challenging are the ones that you need. Good. Take an inhale. Open up that left.
What an investment that was for me, because it helped me become more focused. It also made me become more calm. If you don't do something in a day, the world isn't going to end. It really isn't a big deal, but listen to yourself. And that's one of the things I'm very, very strong at doing now. I listen to what I want to do. And as I said, if you're happy within yourself or content with yourself, then whatever is going on around you will appear better or seem better or less stressful. And the effect that you have on other people will also have that same ripple effect going out. That, you might have worries. Everybody has got something on their mind. Every single person that you bump into the street or walk past in the street has got something on their mind. Everybody. There's always some issue going on. And you have to bear in mind that we are ultimately all the same. Anyway, I'm waffling. Investing in yourself. I would start with looking at asking yourself the question. Now, in my 50s, and my partner is just turned 70, is officially in his 70s, one of the key things that I'm investing in is my health and fitness. Absolutely, without a doubt, non-negotiable. I'm doing my stretching in the morning. I'm doing my strength work. It's very important, ladies, to do strength to maintain our muscle mass. I see a lot of people look at women thinking that they're going to lift weights, that we're going to turn into bodybuilders. We're not. It's not going to happen. But if you want to have a good posture and have a strong body, we need muscles. You need muscles to support your skeleton. It's as simple as that. And I, in my 50s, look at my mother, who's 77. Oh my goodness. She's never had a hip operation, a knee operation, anything like that. She does do Tai Chi every day, and she also does she does several workouts with different people. Miranda Esmond White, Google her if you're like plus 50. She's amazing. Anybody that says that they can't do exercise, you can do a workout with Miranda Esmond White. I don't care what it is that you do. You can sit in a chair and do a workout with Miranda Esmond White, and you're going to feel the benefits of it. She's absolutely amazing. It's all about the fascia in the body. You have got to move. If you don't use it, you lose it. And to spend 20 to 30 minutes a day on your health, is there anything more important than that? Is there? I don't think so. So find the time. And please don't tell me that you're busy, because for every 20 minutes or half an hour that you spend watching television, for every 20 minutes or half an hour that you spend on the social media, scrolling up and down your phone, I could find you 20, 30 minutes. You could get up earlier if you really wanted to. If you really wanted to look after yourself, you could get up 30 minutes earlier and get that into your routine, into your day. And I'm telling you, you will not look back. You will reap the benefits 100-fold, not 10-fold, 100-fold. Just do it, as Nike said. Just do it. Oh, I get so frustrated sometimes. And I see people and they say to me, oh, I've got this and I've got that. But what are you doing about it? Most people are taking medication. I'm not taking medication. And my husband isn't taking medication in his 70s. And long may that continue. I don't know if it will, but to this point, both of us don't need medication. And that's because we really focus on what we're eating, because I think you can get a lot of your health benefits through nutrition. But that's for another video. Invest in yourself. How much do you spend on your groceries? It is more expensive to buy healthy food. That's just the way it is. But I have to say, if you go shopping at Lidl and Aldi, their fruit and veg is so reasonably priced. And you just need a few blueberries, get your 5 a day in, some carrots, potatoes. I know potatoes get a bad rap. It's still a vegetable and it's still got vitamin C in it, actually. But you can get your 5 a day in. Think about it consciously. Invest in your health. Invest in yourself. I can't say it enough. Exercise, healthy foods. You haven't got time to make a healthy meal, a healthy breakfast? My fabulous quick thing at the moment is overnight oats. And I've got a massive mason jar, this big. And I mix some oats in, the oat milk, yogurt, flaxseed, chia seeds. It doesn't matter what you put in there as long as it's healthy, to be honest. Some protein stuff, like peanut powder or peanut butter. Whatever you've got, you just mix it all in this massive jar, put it in the fridge, and you can eat that up to a week. So all you got to do in the morning is scoop that out, put some fresh blueberries on. I've even got dried blueberries in mine, but fresh, put bits of fresh fruit on it, some grapes or some dark fruits. You can get the frozen dark fruits, and they are such good value. take some of that out, stick that on. They'll defrost first thing in the morning, or you can take them out the night before and have a little dish in the fridge. That's the really healthy breakfast, and it's satisfying and filling as well. It's better than toast and jam. I like toast and jam, but I could honestly say I probably have toast and jam and toast once, twice a year, if that, and that's if we're in a hotel somewhere maybe. And my other treat I have is pain au chocolat. I love it. With a nice hot steaming coffee. Every now and again, not all the time. So I'm going to cut this short. I want you to walk away from this video today and say, am I investing in myself? And if the answer is no, then start. If the answer is not enough, do some more. What are you doing about your fitness? What are you doing about your nutrition? Just start there with those two things. Mindset. How much time do you give yourself? Have you ever sat down for 10 minutes? For 10 minutes without any TV or without any telephone? Go and sit on a park bench. That 10 minutes will just feel phenomenal, and it'll feel like an hour. I'm telling you. Meditation. Don't knock it till you've tried it. Try it. Just go onto YouTube, find some meditation, 2 minutes. Just do it for 2 minutes. You are not going to lose anything. You are only going to gain. And that's my message this week for this episode. So are you investing? Yes, you are investing. Invest in yourself, because in the long run, everybody around you is going to benefit. If you've enjoyed this episode, like, share. I know I say it every week, but if you would, it would be great. And I'll see you next time.